Hey, Dr. Yeager here. In this video, I wanted to talk to you about mindset. So this is something that you may or may not have heard of. Essentially, the theory goes that there are two different types of mindset. There is the growth mindset and there is the fixed mindset. The old research would say a growth mindset is superior to a fixed. The newer research says, hey, people aren't just one or the other, right? And we're somewhere on this continuum. So let me explain what those two things are and why I'm talking to you about it in this virtual computing class. Growth mindset tends to view things like challenges as something good. You can see here on the slide here that talent and intelligence can be developed through time and effort. The fixed mindset thinks that your talent and your intelligence are fixed at birth. Like you're either born smart or you're born dumb, right? And so that's kind of the extreme ends of fixed versus growth. But what I would like to encourage you to think about yourself as is that you're going to begin this course. Some of the concepts are going to be pretty easy at the beginning. That's fine. Some of the concepts are going to get pretty difficult, or it's going to seem like a good bit of work. That's good, right? That's challenging you. That's getting you to grow. And so I want you to really embrace the challenges, embrace the difficulties, embrace not knowing the right answer right away. Right? So that's really where I'm looking for you to go with this, growth mindset. Is I want your attitude to see hard work as something positive, something that's going to give you an opportunity to be better than you were at the beginning of the course. There's going to be challenges. There's going to be some bonus challenges in there, at least one bonus challenge that, of course, you don't have to do. But if you would like to learn more about this topic, if this is something that you're truly interested in, then take on the challenge, take on the opportunity. So that's again part of the growth mindset is a willingness to try new things versus a more fixed mindset. It's I'm only doing what I know how to do. I'm only doing the basic requirements. I'm only doing what's required. And so as you go through this course, you'll be using a product called MindTap. I think an education and a degree, they sound similar, but they're actually different. And so as you're going through the work and you're completing, especially the items in MindTap, it gives you a good bit of guidance on how to get through the exercises. You're doing some complicated stuff, which is why we're using MindTap, because we're using some intense virtual machine setups with virtual networks and switches, especially as we get into units 7, 8, and 9. That would be extremely difficult for you to replicate on your machine. It would just be very time consuming and resource intensive. So you can go through those modules and finish them and pass them, and that will help you get your degree. But what I'll personally challenge you to do is to slow down a little bit, to digest the material a bit more, and to really not only get your degree and finish your course and pass your course and do well in the course, but to also take the time to get the education, to learn, to understand the challenges, to get an appreciation for the complexities of what virtualization can offer. Right? If you fail, especially in this class, especially if you fail on the MindTap portions, it's really not a big deal, right? Failure is good, especially there, because you get multiple attempts. And in life, in general, there's going to be times where you take on challenges or you do something that's more difficult. And some failures are fine. That's the way you learn. There's two in this whole research of mindset. There's some sports metaphors that come up often. It's Michael Jordan, Gretzky. So they've got famous quotes about how many shots they missed, and they focus more on, hey, if I wouldn't have taken this many shots, then I wouldn't have made the ones that I did make. So really, what I want to encourage you to do to really look at some of the challenges, look at some of the hard work, look at some of the rigor of the course as an opportunity, not as something that's just hard, right? And like, oh, how can I get through this? Growth mindset. You think that skills can come from hard work. You can always improve skills. The opposite is you think that you just have the skills or don't. Challenges for growth. They think that challenges should be embraced. This opportunity to grow. You should persist within your small and large challenges. A fixed mindset would look at a challenge and avoid it. You don't want to look dumb, right? You don't want to fail, so you're going to give up, or you're going to explain why this thing isn't worth doing anyways. For a growth mindset, effort is essential. So yes, it's a good bit of reading. Yes, it's a good bit of work. It should be difficult, right? Fixed mindset says, oh, this is too much effort. It shouldn't be this. I shouldn't try to do this if it's not easy. Fixed mindset looks at feedback and gets defensive, takes it personally. Growth mindset will use feedback, actually read it, use it, digest it, sees it as something useful, something to learn from. And then as far as setbacks, on the fixed mindset side, will tend to blame others. Well, it wasn't really my fault. It was because of this. The software didn't work. They'll focus on something that's either another person or some sort of technical issues. If you're working in this career, I believe you're an IT major if you're in this class. If you're working in this career, you're going to have setbacks and challenges all the time. And that's good. That's how you get better, right? So use those setbacks as ways to improve yourself. So that's it. Just really wanted to encourage you to make the most of your time in your educational experiences. I know it's something that we're going through, and we're trying to get the right 120 credit hours and finish our degree or finish our program of study, certification, whatever. But there's more, right? So the more is make it useful to you in your life. Thanks.